nervous environment. Can't wait to get this one started. The kickoff team is out there. Great energy as this college football playoff gets underway. And the return starts just inside the end zone. He's tackled at the 17, so it would have been better to leave it in the end zone for a touchback. Here comes the bunch formation. Looks like he didn't get the snap off in time. That'll cost him 5 yards. Quarterback lost track of the play clock, and that'll cost the offense 5. Fresh set of downs for the offense. First down. Ball handed off. Ball carrier tackled there.
Chris, I know it's the first play of the game, but boy, nice job on this offensive line. The back gets behind him, picks up some positive yards.
Getting set. Here's second down. Here's the toss play. Runner heads outside. Stopped right there at the line. No gain.
Well, that's an excellent effort here by this defense, staying in their run fits. They holding their own at the line and making the tackle. The offense just couldn't get enough of a push to get anything going there.
So on the opening drive, it's now 3rd and 4. Quarterback checks the defensive look, makes some adjustments. 3rd down play here out of the shotgun. Catch made on the sidelines, good enough for a first down. And he'll head out of bounds, but not before picking up enough for a first down.
Oh, the defense. They get this offense to a 3rd down early in the game, a chance to get them off the field, but instead this quarterback shows you why they've had such a great year with a conversion.
Goes backwards, losing 3 yards there. Well, that was that excellent linebacker with a clear path just running downhill quickly.
You know, I think one of the great things about watching this guy play all year is his vision. He just has great instincts. That time, the defensive line ate up all the linemen, freed up the linebacker to get into the backfield, and the result is a tackle for a loss for the backer.
The pocket breaking down. He flips it to the back across the middle. He brings him down, but he makes the 4-yard line. That's a solid game.
Well, it's so easy to get caught up under the receivers and the quarterback, and your eyes get lost. You forget about the running back. Nice catch and a first down for this offense.
The Cowboys pick up enough yardage to get a first down. And the back gets the football. They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1.
Chris, I think we all kind of get caught up in 3rd down. What's an offense doing on 3rd down? But I think what's also important is how well you defend first down. If you can hold your opponents to a short gain or a tackle for a loss, you throw the offense out of whack, and their game plan gets much more challenging to try to come up with that first down.
Here's a screen pass to the running back. They finally get him down, but a solid gain in that screen pass. Good call there.
Well, there's nothing better for an offensive coordinator than having a quarterback kind of get into a rhythm early in this game. Another great completion. This guy is off to a great start in this big playoff game.
Oh, it's a reverse. They bring him down just short of the marker, inches away from a first down.
Boy, positive yards there on 1st and 10. Good job up front by that offensive line. Good hard running by this running back. And now you got a lot of options. That playbook can really open up on 2nd and inches.
And the Cowboys looking to keep this drive moving.
Look, I realize on any play call, when it's properly executed, it can go to the house for a touchdown. But the runs that really make a game plan work are the ones where you get just what you need. And he barely got the first down, but he got it.
Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 2. Well, the play is just blown up by the big fella in the middle, Kirk, showing some quickness for his size.
Yeah, we know about his power, but how about his ability to penetrate there? And that's the quickest way to blow up a run game is that interior penetration. If you're able to break through the middle of that offensive line, then you can create a lot of havoc in the middle.
They'll run the option. The senior able to make the stop after a short gain.
Well, anytime you use your quarterback as a runner, the goal is obviously to hit some big plays. You got to be careful of letting your quarterback take too many big hits. Not only can he get tired, he can also start to fumble the football.
Quick throw to his receiver. Doesn't hold on. Good hit by the DB. Now it brings up 4th down.
Hey, it's an incompletion, but it's a nice job by the quarterback. I know it didn't pan out, but the most important thing is he didn't turn the football over and he didn't take a sack. It'll give your kicker a chance to put some points on the board if they opt for the field goal here on 4th down.
Looks like the coach decides to go for 3 points here. Here comes the field goal team. The field goal is good. So we have our first points on the board. That makes it 3-0.
Boy, this guy has such a strong leg. No problem. Up into the net from 50+.
He's going to return it from deep in the end zone. Tackled at the 13. Not great field position to start the drive. And wow, listen to this crowd noise. This stadium is vibrating. That's why this is such a tough place for visitors to play. They'll run it out of the shotgun. They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1. Listen to the crowd energy here in the early going. This is a tough environment for visitors. Bringing pressure. And he'll be sacked back at the 2-yard line.
A really good job by this defense. The quarterback looked to be trying to work through his progressions to find his open receiver, but before he knew it, he's on his back.
Well, a serious challenge for this offense. You don't want to be in 3rd and long inside your own 20. How much of a risk will they take to try to pick up this first down? And they hit him just as he releases the ball. It's incomplete.
Well, the defense picks the right time to get after this quarterback. 3rd down, critical down and distance. Do a good job of dialing things up and good coverage downfield. He didn't have anywhere to go with the ball.
Still going. It's a foot race. They finally get him down, but that's a solid return. Good work by the return man. And the Oklahoma State offense is back out on the field. They were fortunate to get points on the last possession because of a long-range field goal. Off the play fake on 1st down. Makes a quick grab.
And the running back that time just kind of sneaks out of the backfield and shows his hands on that nice catch.
A completion makes it 2nd down. Play action fake. Looking to throw. Quarterback escapes the pocket. Makes the grab in the end zone. Touchdown, Oklahoma State.
You talk about a tough matchup for this defense down in this area. What are you going to do? Quarterback puts it up in the air, and the big tight end goes over the top of everybody for the touchdown.
And he knocks through the PAT. Getting set to kick the ball off now. And from deep in the end zone, he'll bring it out. And he's brought down at the 16. Would have been better off leaving it in the end zone for a touchback. And the Ducks' powerful offense is back on the field. They're coming off a quick 3-and-out, so looking to put something together on this drive with a little more urgency. And he's looking to make a big play downfield. Fired into a tight window and picked off. And he's wrapped up after a solid return.
Boy, Chris, he hesitated just enough to give the defense a chance to get in position and come up with a big turnover.
Big guys up front lined up. It's first down. Off the play fake, looking to throw. Here's a shot toward the end zone. Intercepted in the end zone. Going the other way, can they catch him? Not just the pick, but a big return. Sets up the offense in good position.
That offensive coordinator is going to have some choice words for his quarterback over the phone on the sideline after that throw. You have to be more careful with the football.
Receiver makes the grab. They make the tackle, but that pass creates a solid gain.
We see this all over the country now in college football. Defensive backs staying back a little bit deeper, forcing the quarterback to have to throw things in front. I like the decision here by the quarterback because he gets positive yards. It's a good way of staying ahead of the chains.
He's got it for a big gain.
Hey, a first down here by this Oregon offense. Nice to see the quarterback and receiver in sync and very efficient. Something that Oregon really prides itself on. As much as you want to think about that quarterback with the ability to run, remember, they can hurt you with their arm as well.
That's a big hit at the end, but they earn a fresh set of downs. The Ducks will have 1st and 10 here. Out of the shotgun, he hands it off. Breaks one tackle, gets brought down, but picks up some decent yardage.
Great job by the offensive line here, opening up some holes and giving the running back room to run on first down. Plays like this can open up the playbook for the play caller, allow him to make that defense think, are they going to run? Maybe play action, maybe throw the ball downfield.
The junior able to bring him down quickly.
The defense coordinator this week all week telling us about gap integrity, not giving this running back any creases at all. Really sound defense on that play.
Solid gain on the running play. 3rd down now. And they pick up the first on the ground. Finding space at the 20. Touchdown, Oregon. No chance to catch him. Game-breaking speed for the running back to reach the end zone. That is just priceless for an offense.
Chris, that back was able to find that crease in the defense. Let's give credit to the big fellas up front for creating that crease. They all played a key role in that score.
Automatic on the PAT. Kickoff team is on the field to boot this one away. He's going to return it from near the goal line. Coverage team brings down the returner. And the Oklahoma State offense takes the field. Remember, the last possession ended quickly. The interception on the first play. Let's see if they can do better here. He moves the ball across the 20 to the 22.
You know, a toss play just starts with the offensive line, whether or not they can set the edge on the outside, whether it's a tackle or a tight end in that same direction. If they do that, you're going to have positive yards. If you can't set that edge, play's going to blow up.
Defense makes the tackle with the clock running. That'll probably be the final play of this first quarter.
Oklahoma State 10, Oregon 7.
A big play here after the break. Offense trying to convert here on 3rd down. Quarterback making adjustments now to what the defense is showing. Third down, out of the shotgun. Lets it fly to the wide out. He pulls in the catch. They get him down, but that's a nice play. Moves the ball to the 33.
And you just continue to see the chemistry between these two. And they told us yesterday in our production meeting, they spent hours and hours of working and developing that chemistry and that rhythm by throwing together throughout those summer months. And, man, it's starting to really pay off. He's become his security blanket for the quarterback, and especially on 3rd down, get him the ball.
The Cowboys keep the football on the move. Shotgun formation. Here's an inside give. Able to fight for a decent gain here in that running play.
Hat on a hat up front. Good job opening up the holes. Anytime you get positive yards on first down, that's a win.
Second down after that run on the previous play. Quarterback drops back, probing the secondary. Extending the play now. Oh, and he fumbles. Now the defense has got it going the other way.
That's a great play by the defender who forced the fumble, but let's also recognize the heads-up play from the guy who recovered it. They're in the right place, just the right time.
Off the play fake, looking to throw on first down. He'll take a deep shot here. Deep ball is caught for a huge gain here. Finally tackled out the 19, and just like that, the offense has moved into the red zone. The Ducks are going to cash in here in the red zone. He's running out of time here. The sophomore able to get home with the sack.
It's the free safety who's sneaking up in there. Comes up with a nice sack in the backfield.
That sack sets up a second down and long. There's the snap. Quarterback setting up to throw. And he finds a wide open receiver. They forgot about him downfield. The stop made at the 5. The offense will have first and goal now.
Well, this receiver has just that combination of speed and natural ball skill ability to be able to come up with play after play. Already over 50.
And he runs it into the end zone. Touchdown, Ducks.
Chris, it's a great touchdown run here by this back, but the continuity of this offensive line was on display. That's the reason he was able to get into the end zone.
Extra point makes the lead 4.
That makes the score Oregon 14.
Here's the kickoff team now, set to boot this one away.
Set to kick this one away.
Fields it inside the 5-yard line. To be tackled at the 17. Strong job by the coverage team. And the Oklahoma State offense is back out on the field. They got into plus territory last time, but the drive ended on a fumble. They got to shake that off immediately. Fires it to the wideout. Incomplete. They cannot connect on the deep ball.
Oh, my gosh. Would he love to have that one back. Open receiver downfield, and he misses him. That's where you go back to the receiver and say, hey, man, that one's on me. I'm coming right back to you.
And they'll keep it on the ground. Running back has the handoff. Goes backwards, losing 3 yards there.
How about the timing here by the defense to shoot that gap? As an offensive lineman, you have to anticipate that, close that gap off. Otherwise, it could be a long day.
So a tricky situation here. 3rd and very long inside your own 20. How much of a risk do you take? You know this defense could be very aggressive at this moment. Looking for the wideout. The pass is intercepted. Follows the pick with a nice return before finally being brought down.
Well, your best player's got to make big plays in these kind of moments, and that's what happened right here with this defensive back. The offense in a tie game in the red zone, looking at points, and instead, the defense with the interception. In a tie game, their offense now has the ball.
With the carry, it's the runback. Brought down at the 8-yard line. Second down coming up.
So down here in the red zone, every yard tough to find. Here is a crucial play coming up. Takes the handoff. It's Mung. He'll make it into the end zone. Touchdown, Oregon.
Man, that's another touchdown for this guy. This defense better adjust and get eyes into that backfield, or he may go for a 3rd or a 4th later today.
They had the extra point, and the lead now is 11, 21-10.
Oregon 21, Oklahoma State 10.
He's going to try for a return from a couple yards deep in the end zone. And he steps out at the 25. Would have been the same place had it been a touchback. And the Cowboys offense is back out on the field. The last possession ended in an interception. Let's see if they continue to trust this quarterback in the passing game. Lets it go quickly. And he's got it. They bring him down, but an explosive play by this offense. Big game.
Chris, the more we watch these spread offenses attack in today's game, it's not just about the vertical shots with the taller receivers on the outside. Defenses are challenged even more by those smaller slot receivers and their quickness in space.
So the offense with the 1st and 10 now, the football placed exactly at midfield. From the shotgun, drops back looking for an open man. It's a quick grab. They bring him down quickly, a short pitch and catch to get a little bit closer to the marker.
The quarterback looks downfield to make this throw. He wants to be able to get the ball to be able to pick up enough yards for a first down, but instead, he gets the ball at least underneath to the drag route and gets some positive yards.
That's a nice wrap up there by the junior.
Christina, the spread era over the years has always grown offensively, but what I've been always impressed with the defenses that really build their defense to play in space still have an ability to be sound at the line of scrimmage and defend a running game. It's exactly what we saw right there.
On 3rd and short, they try to pick it up on the ground. Brought down to the 22. It's a first down, very near the red zone now.
Great job here by this offense being able to convert. Let's face it, they dug themselves a hole. They're down here early in this game. And with all this hype, the last thing you want to do is have to punt the ball. Come up with a conversion, keep your rhythm, keep your momentum, stick to your playbook. Good job here. Now let's see if they can keep that rhythm going.
Heads out of bounds after a solid gain, more than enough to pick up a first down.
Nothing better than an offense on first down to be able to pick up big positive yards like that. You can either keep giving it to the back, or it can set up play action and get the defense to come up to the line of scrimmage, and you can throw it over top of it.
Moving the receiver around pre-snap. Play action here on first down. Rolling to his left outside the pocket. And he just throws the ball away there and lives to play another down. That's a smart choice on first down.
How about the defense's effort here? You're dealing with one of the more athletic quarterbacks in the country. Anytime he scrambles, you better have 3 or 4 guys pursuing the football. They do a good job of affecting his rhythm by pressuring him to the whistle.
There's the handoff. He's swarmed by the defense.
Hey, the defense is doing everything that they can to try to keep these guys out of the end zone. Now we've got a big 3rd down coming up.
3rd down here. Time for perhaps one more play before the 2-minute warning. So we've reached the 2-minute warning, and this offense trying to get something going here and cut into this lead before halftime. Great job by the defense so far. It's 3rd and goal from a long way out. Quarterback looking to connect with the receiver here. Got him. He's sacked.
Boy, it's 3rd and goal, Chris, and they decide to throw for it. Nowhere to go with the football. The defense comes up with this big sack.
They're going to fake it. Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He's looking to throw. And that pass attempt will fall incomplete. The fake doesn't work. So the gamble does not pay off. He might regret passing up the 3 points. First down play call. How aggressive will it be? They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Quarterback on the move, trying to make something happen. In a big game before he goes out of bounds, the offense keeps churning, gets a fresh set of downs. This line getting set up. It's a first down play. Quarterback drops back. That's reeled in. It's Mung. And he's shoved out of bounds by the defense short of the first down marker. Offense getting set. 2nd down play here. Here's the snap, looking to throw. And they heave it deep downfield. The catch is made for a huge pickup. Touchdown, Ducks. This quarterback on fire today. So it's still early, but this offense beginning to build momentum and build the lead now, Kirk.
As we've seen over the years, Chris, good teams know how to use the first quarter to establish the lead, the second quarter to increase the lead, and the final half just to hold on to it. They're following that blueprint perfectly, widening the distance between them and their opponent before we even get to the locker rooms.
They'll return it from inside the 5. And the return will be brought down. And the Oklahoma State offense is back out on the field. This has been a rough first half. They'll have to regroup in intermission. But in the meantime, let's see if they can get... And here comes a deep shot. That's the 3rd pick tonight thrown by this QB. Going the other way, can they stop him? Finally able to take him down, but that's a great return after the pick.
This guy obviously did what he needed to do to get himself ready for this game. It's a favorable matchup. He's got a lot of confidence. He's already come up with 2 interceptions in this game alone. Locked in on what he needs to do to be in position and making plays for this defense.
And it's incomplete. Even on a first down throw, he was under some heavy pressure. Incompletion sets up a second down. And the quarterback drops back looking for an open man. Escapes the pocket. He'll avoid the big hit with the slide.
Chris, watch him work through his progressions here. Finds the first and the second option aren't there. By the third option, he's got to pull it down and try to pick up some positive yards, of which he did, and then he slides down to avoid the big hit.
Looking to pick up the first down through the air. Fires it to the wideout. Makes the catch downfield. They stop him quickly, but not before a gain down to the 6. It's first and goal.
Another great play by this receiver. And I'll tell you, the offense coordinator's doing a nice job of moving him around. The defense knew coming into this game how tough he'd be to stop, but the way they're utilizing him is making it very challenging to be able to create the matchups that the defense wants.
Second down and goal upcoming. It's incomplete. He took a hit as he threw the football, and it brings up a third down.
I'm not sure the quarterback makes the right decision on this one. I think if he'd do it over again, he would have found a different target downfield, but he made his decision. That one's incomplete.
Looking for 6, and it's caught. Touchdown, Oregon.
What a call with a play action down inside the 5-yard line. Completely froze the defense. Their eyes are in the backfield, locked in on the quarterback. They lost focus on where he might be throwing the football. Made an easy read for the quarterback and a touchdown.
Oregon, 35. Oklahoma State, 10.
And it's fielded. Returner trying to make something happen. Solid job by the coverage team. They bring him down at the 16. Oklahoma State offense takes the field. We'd expect a prudent decision here, backed up near their own end zone. Just run the clock out and get to halftime. He's past the marker and still going. And a huge gain before he's forced out of bounds. Big yardage to set up a fresh set of downs.
Outstanding blocking on the left side of that offensive line. That's really what opened up this play. They did their job, and you can see the results. You burst open and get a big gain on the ground. If I were them, I'd keep going to that side and see how much more success they can have.
Looking to throw it on first down. He's moving out of the pocket now. He makes the grab. Finally marked out after a big gain, but hold on. There's a penalty marker on the field. Let's check this out. So the quarterback lost track of where he was. He was all the way beyond the line of scrimmage before throwing that pass.
Got it.
Time ticking away. Time for just one more play before halftime. They look to throw it here on second down. Here's a fumble way behind the line of scrimmage. Defense recovers the fumble. Big takeaway. And that will do it for the first half here. Kevin Connors now has our halftime update. I believe they're lining up to attempt an onside kick. And that attempt just bounces out of bounds, and that'll be, of course, a penalty. And the head coach will decide to accept the penalty and take the yardage. First down play call coming up. How aggressive will it be?
42 Spider.
Off the play fake, looking to throw. Lets it go on the move, launching deep. He's got his man wide open. They stop him at the 4, but it sets up this offense with a first and goal.
What a pitch and catch by the quarterback and receiver for a big gain for this offense.
Here's the handoff on first and goal. Couldn't quite get there, but brought down at the 1-yard line.
Well, the defense is locked in on this running back, and for good reason. He's already scored a couple touchdowns. If I'm the offensive coordinator, give it to him one more time. Let him make it a hat trick.
All right, it's 2nd down and goal now for this offense. And the back now goes in motion. Touchdown, Ducks. And the beatdown continues. That's another touchdown for this running back. They can't stop him. Dream performance in this playoff game.
Yeah, this is going to be a performance we're going to be talking about for a long time. I just love watching because he's doing it in so many different ways. We've seen speed. We've seen his physicality. He's breaking tackles. Boy, just an absolute dream scenario, as you said.
Return starts from inside the 5. The returner is brought down. Gets it started on the next drive. And the Oklahoma State offense is back out on the field. Last possession, they fumbled it away, and it set up a touchdown drive. And they bounce back from that right away. Tough running to avoid a loss, and just barely gets back to the line of scrimmage.
Well, the back just had nowhere to go. How about the defensive line? They eat up all the blocks up front, freeing those linebackers up to be able to make the play. Just a bad play all around for this offense.
The offense goes 5 wide, empty backfield. The pass rush closing in. Another pick. Wow, that's the 4th tonight. He's got some room and some blockers here. Brings the interception all the way back. Touchdown, Oregon.
Okay. The 26 is the oldest linebacker. I feel a little bit there.